All right, everybody, welcome back to the #1 television program in the history of the entire universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown, all three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be showing you my entire Jack McDevitt collection of science fiction novels. Got them right here. I collect two of the series he's written. I mean, Jack McDevitt's got a lot of standalone science fiction novels. I haven't really collected any of those. The only ones I've collected are his two series. And there's 8 books here in the Priscilla Hutchkins science fiction series. And then there's 8 books here in the Alex Benedict science fiction series. And we will kind of go over both. I would not say these are space operas by any stretch. They're just strictly science fiction novels, talking about the wonders of the universe and what might be. Each character, the character of Priscilla Hutchkins is, well, let's start with this one up here. The Alex Benedict series is, Alex Benedict is sort of this antiques dealer, 11,000 years from now or whatever, and he deals in antiques, and whenever there's like a starship that goes missing, or a busted starship floating in outer space that they find abandoned, or maybe there's a relic found on a planet, or just anything out in the universe that seems like it could be an antique that he could deal in, well, he is the expert. He gets called to go out and investigate. It's kind of like Pawn Stars, an antique roadshow in outer space. That's kind of what this one is. He's dealing in mysteries. Sometimes the mysteries can have universal, consequences, like could the whole universe be destroyed if the antiques dealer, Alex Benedict, doesn't solve the problem. Now, on the other hand, the Priscilla Hutchkins series is similar in tone. It's got Priscilla Hutchkins, but she's an actual scientist. And when things go out in the universe that mysteries need to be solved, and supernatural phenomena or whatever, alien species maybe, I don't know, something in the universe that needs to be solved scientifically, Priscilla Hutchkins is the series. Both very unique, both very cool. As far as I know, this series and this series don't overlap. Like, none of the characters or themes or alien creatures or anything science, none of it overlaps into either one. I kind of wish they kind of did, but they don't. There's this separate entities all to themselves. Now let's talk about the first one, the Alex, because this is where I got started with Jack McDevitt was the Alex Benedict series. I read this book a long time ago. Came out in, I think 1989. Talent for War. This was the first Alex Benedict book about this antiques dealer that goes and solves things out, and that goes and investigates ancient phenomena. And I thought it was great. It was just, I just was like, man, this is dynamite. This is as good as Rendezvous with Rama. This is as good as, all of the great sci-fi that I love. And I just was taken with it. And then it took him till 2004 before he wrote the sequel. But anyway, let's talk about this one. The cover, I just wanted to point out this cover. It was done by Darrell K. Sweet, the guy that did all of the Robert Jordan Wheel of Time covers, the original ones. So, And then in 2004, when they started the series, when McDevitt started the series up again, they started using these John Harris covers, which are dynamic. And then they kind of followed the theme of the John Harris covers, which were all just super cool. I love these covers. And these were all done by Ace Books, it looks like. So the first one was done with, they were all done by Ace Books. And then, they all just had these cool covers by John Harris. Look at how good those are. And then Saga Press, and Pocket Books did the final one is this one. But anyway, if you look at them all together on the, it looks like a really good series. And let me kind of give you just an example of what you can expect in these books, okay? 60 years ago, the space yacht Polaris was found deserted. The fate of its pilot and passengers a mystery. Now, to mark the anniversary of the disappearance, there is to be an auction of what was left behind on the ship. There you go. Let's see what this one's all about. Alex Benedict, interstellar antiques dealer, although they call it antiquities in this book. Alex Benedict, interstellar antiquities dealer, and his assistants Chase Colpath are on vacation when they receive a cryptic message from celebrated writer Vicky Green, from whom neither is met, asking for help. But when they return home, Alex discovers that Green has asked for and been given a mind wipe. Anyway, so there's a lot of different things happening in these books. I'll read the back of one more so you get an idea. Thousands of years after an entire colony mysteriously disappears, antiquities dealer Alex Benedict comes into possession of a cup that seems to be from the Seeker, one of the colony's original ships. Yeah, so that is the Alex Benedict series. Love it. I equally love the Priscilla Hutchins series, starting with and what's weird is these spines are all over the place. This is another Ace book. This is another series that's been published with different publishers. So the spines are kind of all over the place. It's weird because the first book, you know, we got the first book that's got this spine, and then book number 2 is just completely different. And then they go back to the original. Anyway, I think the artists on most of these is Bob Eggleton. I'm not sure. But anyway, The Engines of God is book number 1. Humans call them the Monument Makers, an unknown race. They left stunning alien statues on distant planets in the galaxy. Each relic is different. Each inscription defies translation, yet all are heartbreakingly beautiful. And for planet Earth, on the brink of disaster, they may hold the only key to survival for the entire human race. And Priscilla Hutchins and her crew are sent out to investigate. That's book 1. Book 2, which has a different cover by a different artist, is called Deep Six. In the year 2204, oh, that's one of the things I was going to mention. This series takes place some 11,000 years in the future. This series takes place just maybe 200 years in the future. Anyway, a rogue moon hurtling through space is about to obliterate the last opportunity to study a very rare and life-supporting planet. With less than 3 weeks left before the disaster, pilot Priscilla Hutchins must go solve the, figure out what's up on that planet before it gets blowed up. Chindi, I believe is how you say it. This is book number 3. The universe has been explored and humanity has all but given up on finding other intelligent life. Then an alien satellite orbiting a distant star sends out an unreadable signal, and yada yada. She goes to solve that. And then in Omega, more stuff going on out in there. For a quarter of a century, humanity has watched as the malignant Omega clouds have destroyed every civilization they have come across. In Cauldron, the age of starflight is over. The Academy of Science and Technology is long closed, and the only efforts at space exploration are carried on by privately funded foundations. And this one is Odyssey. To boost waning interest in interstellar travel, a mission is sent into deep space to learn the truth about moonriders, the strange lights supposedly being seen in a nearby star system. And then these books, so we had kind of like a string of books that all had the kind of similar covers and similar. And then Saga Press, I think it was Saga Press. No, this is still Ace. I know Saga Press did a couple of these. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. No, they're all pocket books. Anyway, Starhawk. You know, they really changed the covers up here and the spines. Anyway, Starhawk. Anyway, Faster Than Light Travel. That didn't sell you on the book. Priscilla Hutchkins, the Academy's best pilot for decades, is told about an interstellar message from a highly advanced race. Yeah, these are all great books, too. So that is my Jack McDevitt collection of 16 books, 8 books in each series. There you go.